は僕をダメなやつと思う。鏡を見つめる僕を見下げているけど、中には大きな力希望がある。 Maybe I'm a little young, but you don't know what I become. Can't you see it in my face? A demon living in disguise, but you can see the killer in my eyes. I've got a look you can't escape. You can't escape. No one understood the world that I was making. Look me in the face and tell me I was faking. Maybe I'm a little young, but you don't know what I become. Can't you see it in my face? A demon living in disguise, but you can see the killer in my eyes. I've got a look you can't escape. You think you've got my number figured out? A motive born in drought and brevity. And if I'm not the soul of your design, I blatantly decline your remedy. Don't box me in, don't, or I'll leave. I'd rather be a dreamer, I'd rather be free, I'd rather be a leader, I'd rather be a queen, I'd rather be a singer in a trashy cover band. I'd rather be a closer, I'd rather be clean, I'd rather be a poser in a magazine, I'd rather be pretty much anything else than your machine. I wasn't always just a single shade, a palette full of gray in reverie. And I can burn it brighter than the sun. I have a golden gun inside of me. Don't box me in, don't, or I'll leave. I'd rather be a dreamer, I'd rather be free, I'd rather be a leader, I'd rather be a queen, I'd rather be a singer in a trashy cover band. I'd rather be a closer, I'd rather be clean, I'd rather be a poser in a magazine, I'd rather be pretty much anything else. And if I fall behind, ignoring all the signs, and if I lose the fight, I still rage against the night. Don't box I'd rather be a dreamer, I'd rather be free, I'd rather be a leader, I'd rather be a queen, I'd rather be a singer in a trashy cover band. I'd rather be a closer,
Welcome, welcome, welcome to the Wednesday stream. I hope everyone's having an awesome Wednesday. Welcome, everybody. I hope everyone's doing okay. Thank you for that suggestion, Soul Life. I hopefully, because it's done by Restream, so all this is handled within, within the bot. So hopefully, it does the job. If not, then we'll see. We shall see. Thank you all for being here. Appreciate it, folks. We're going to try to get as much of this done today. Welcome, everybody. Soul Life, Quad Bennett, John Lithium Bozy. I hope everyone's doing okay. Quad Bennett, Epstein files are out. Today, yeah, I definitely want to see what's going on in there. I think that at the end of the day, I don't know if Donald Trump really comes out winning on this one. I think that if the Epstein files heavily implicate him, that's pretty bad. Not that he will suffer any consequences, but it may hurt him in the PR world. Maybe. If he redacts the Epstein files too much, it's going to look suspicious to the conspiratorial MAGA base. If he would have vetoed the release of the Epstein files, it would have looked suspicious. So I don't know if there's a winning message here for Trump. Echo Resto Dragon, welcome. It's Mario's last name, though. I'm making egg and cheese sandwich. That sounds good. The problem is we don't know. We don't really know yet what's in all the files. Yeah, that's true. That's true. I mean, if it's suspiciously heavily redacted, then we kind of know that they're hiding something, right? So I don't know. Either way, I don't think this pans out very well for Trump, right? Because like this guy has been fighting to stop the files for as long as possible and lost that battle once he realized that it was going to happen regardless. So at the very least, at the very least, Donald Trump is definitely trying to maybe cover up for people besides himself. I don't know. Because the Justice Department, the DOJ already said that his name is in the files. That's something that Trump's DOJ said. They just didn't say to what extent. They say that his name appeared over a dozen times. I think the number was 17 times. They just failed to disclose why, or rather, to what extent his name appears. I hate when Discord notifications say I am live because I never knew who the F is live. Yeah, I mean that is a good point. So I think I fixed it. It's a little bot that's here within Restream, which is up here. So maybe it's fixed. I don't know. We'll see tomorrow, or maybe if OBS kicks me out, we'll get to see it. Well, it's not just here; it's half my Discord live notifications. Yeah, I guess a lot of creators forget, right? That as it turns out, there's a lot of different channels, and a a lot of notifications that go off all the time. So yeah, it's not a bad suggestion. I only use Discord at home, so I'm a bit unaware of all its quirks. I mean, I tend to go to Discord at least once a day. At least once a day. Oh, oh my goodness, I'm already tired, folks. I'm tired, boss. They all send it their own way too. It seems like, yeah, I'm sure they do. Mine is an automated message. I don't actually sit there and type that out. It's an automated bot message. Bruno, welcome. Bad Lefty, welcome. There's a blue lefty, there's a bad lefty. There's all kind of lefties. Old and tired, Carlos. Me too, I feel that. Left Justified, welcome. I'm 90 years young. Heck yeah. You see nothing. My bad. My bad. I didn't see that. Nobody saw that. Nobody saw nothing. If you saw another username by the name of Blue Lefty, you did not. No, you didn't. The best lefties are the Schumers and the Jeffries. True. True. Absolute comrades. You know, when I think of leftism and who truly embodies leftist ideology, I think Chuck Schumer and Hakeem Jeffries in that order. It really comes to mind when it comes to leftism's biggest warriors. Those two names are at the top of the list of leftism's greatest soldiers. Heat, how's it going? Commie Kangs, exactly. Yes, please check out all the links. I forgot to do all the stuff. I forgot to do all the self-promo, folks. Look at me being a professional streamer. Look at all those links, folks. Have you seen them? Click on them. They're the radical far left, I hear. True. I don't click links. Those are the good links, though. Okay, those are the clickable links. Okay, personally vetted by me, so you know it's true. I only post the finest of links. Nobody's seen links like mine. You know, they talk about all links, but I only really know what links do, okay? No one knows more about links than I do. Ladybug, welcome. Welcome, welcome, welcome. Big, beautiful links.
Donald Trump seems to be going through something specific right now. Let's do like 7 and 9. Or let's do 10, 7, and 9. Let's start with number 10. Donald Trump is at the McDonald's Impact Summit.
Because of course, of course. Yeah, speak of the devil. Relax, guy. Hey, Satan. Oh, that one's a really hard to do voice. Like, I gotta really be on it. I probably need a little bit more. Maybe a cup of coffee, and I'll be able to do the voice better.
First event he was excited about in years. They probably didn't even ask him to speak.
Oh my God.
What, McDonald's is getting together? Get me on Air Force One now.
Where's his outfit from the campaign trail? Why doesn't he want to break that out?
Yeah, the fry cook out. The fry cook. Outfit. Yeah, we needed that. That's what we needed. That's the Trump that we needed. That in that conference there. The Burger Reich. Seriously. That sounds like the setup. That sounds like the setup to a joke. No, I know, right? I wish it was, but it's. You see, like, this is exactly the same thing that I was just like talking about, right? Like these people are absolute freaking clowns, right? Like it's so easy to just like laugh at them and see them as clowns in a circus because they are. But at the same time, like, they're doing some of the most like heinous stuff that we've seen in quite a while, from trampling on human rights to disappearing people into foreign concentration camps to being explicitly pro-corporation, destroying the institutions that sort of more or less hold these things together, hold this country together, stepping on democratic norms, constantly pushing racist policies to make sure that people of color don't vote. I mean, like, just some of the most heinous stuff, going against the Voting Rights Act, taking away women's rights to choose, all of these things, and yet they are literal clowns, literal clowns. Yeah, the fry core. If I was a McDonald's employee, especially a fry cook, which you could only find at busy stores, it would have pissed me off seeing Trump pretend like he can do my job. Yeah, 100%. I agree. I agree with that. Trump, just to be clear, like, that was a PR stunt, okay? Trump by no means was actually operating like the fry machine, okay? That is really difficult work in the sense that you're there, it's really hot, you get oil all over you that's really hot, you're constantly banging out orders as they come, but no, this guy had a curated, like, maybe a small group of vetted people, and basically he was just handing out bags of food. That's what he was doing. By no means was he actually operating anything, to be honest. He wasn't like making burgers or, God forbid, working the fry station at all. Yeah, no doubt about it. I would bet real American dollars that he did none of that. And all it was just him handing bags of food. That's it.
The
McDonald's outfit. It was honestly probably the best he's ever looked.
Yes. Here's Donald Trump at the McDonald's Impact Summit. Now, remember, we made a prediction around here that around the 10th, he would go see a doctor again. And then by the 14th, he was talking about his MRI that he got very typically
Twice
for
a year.
his annual checkup. Incidentally, his third annual checkup in 3 months.
Got a perfect score.
Perfect score on the annual checkup.
That happens
That's
3 times.
why I do one every month, because each time I get better.
Magnificent
I
RI.
broke my MRI record.
Completely unrelated.
PB.
Completely unrelated to that.
Yeah.
Carol Ann writes in on the IM, Alzheimer's infusion MRI scans are used to monitor patients for a side effect called amyloid-related imaging abnormalities, which involves brain swelling or bleeding when receiving treatments like lecanemab or Leqembi or donanemab. These scans are required at specific intervals, particularly early in the treatment, and can also be done if a patient reports new symptoms. Leqembi,
That's interesting. I didn't know that. I mean, it's quite possible. Like, is anyone really going to be surprised if Donald Trump's been dealing with Alzheimer's for like the past whatever amount of years? Schmagley, welcome. I tried the fried milk recipe based solely on the video thumbnail, and now I have second degree oil burns. The cashier's constantly pissed every time they wait for fries. Wendy switched to small baskets for freshness. It was nonstop work and drama, heat too. Yeah, I can imagine. It's a rough job. Kirkenside's Monster, welcome. Sam speaking in tongues here. Honestly, I don't know what any of these medicines are.
lecanemab. MRIs are recommended before the 3rd, 5th, 7th, and 14 infusions. Additional scans may be needed for patients whose therapy was paused or if new symptoms appeared. Donanemab MRIs are typically scheduled before the 2nd, 3rd, 4th, and 7th infusions. Just reading
Every
an IM.
American will soon receive their own MedBed card.
Here he is at the McDonald's summit.
A great stock market is great for everybody.
It is. It isn't. Like the stock market, just to be clear, okay, for like the millionth time, the stock market is not a reflection of the actual economy on the ground, okay? That's not how this works. The stock market is not the economy, okay? Fundamentally what the stock market is, if you really want to like kind of distill it, the stock market is the culmination of rich people's feelings, okay? That's what that is. Trump perked up the other day when he thought a reporter said polyp taps us. Matt, what's up? How's it going? Welcome, welcome. Kitchen workers are warriors. 100%. I couldn't do any of that. It's very, very hard work. I couldn't work in any McDonald's or any kitchen. The heat would kill me. I agree. The stock market is completely untethered from the economy. I agree. The stock market has nothing to do with the health of the actual economy. Like if the stock market, if the stock market is at a record high, but people can't like, I don't know, eat, then like, are we really dealing with the realities on the ground? No, we're not. If people are struggling to pay rent, to put a roof over their head, to feed themselves, to pay for healthcare, which is now about to be what, X amount more higher, double, maybe triple the price. In any case, it's going to be significantly higher because Democrats caved on this issue. No one can afford this. So is the economy really doing great when we're having like record and layoffs from different sections of the economy? That's not a good sign of the economy. When there are more workers applying to jobs than there are job offerings, that's not a good sign of a good economy. Kudamalama. I'm gonna mispronounce that each time. Seth Evans, I would violate all sorts of OSHA standards. I think they trick us into thinking the market is the economy, so we cheer for the wealthy. I agree. That's kind of what, that's kind of what it is. Every drug has a chemical name and a commercial name, but the chemical name is also sometimes a shorthand that sounds like it can't be what the actual name is either. Psych, I'm a BK guy myself, just sitting here eating 10 Big Macs. Honestly, I do think, I do think that Burger King burgers are slightly better than McDonald's. I mean, we're talking about fast food here, so But I do think that BK burgers are just slightly better than McDonald's. I can't even afford McDonald's anymore. There's no cheap mobile coupons and the prices are through the roof. Yeah. McDonald's meals now cost closer to $10. Unless you get like the $5 value menu or value bag or whatever they call it. The $5 meals. But you get like, not as much food. It's still pretty expensive. Remember when we used to have this thing called the dollar menu? Yeah. Pepperidge Farm remembers. I love McDonald's. I love inhaling slop. I love the clown. I love my Chungus life. It's amazing.
Including 401ks. You know, the 401ks
Through the
get
roof.
the highest number that they've ever been 2 days ago. And that's a lot of people. So they understand what's going
Yeah,
on.
so not everyone has 401ks. And 401ks, the problem with 401ks is they're tied to the stock market. So yeah, of course, currently in this moment, the stock market is up. But that is not a guarantee that will last forever. Like if the stock market crashes tomorrow, then like all those people lose their retirement, including myself. But I'm not on the verge of retirement. But yeah, all those people depend on the feelings of rich people for their retirement. That's not a good thing. BK is better fresh. Next time you get a burger from BK, ask for it on 2 bottoms so they'll know exactly what it means and it's better. Really, these are secrets, trade secrets. I'm about it. Thank you. How doesn't McDonald's have 1993 production values? That stage and audio is awful. That's the classic leftist audio over here. Dude sounds rough AF. Pepperidge Farm is sold. It's getting the Alzheimer's treatment. To be fair, 2 bottoms on does generate more waste, but it does make a better burger. The more you know. Sorry, but I'm more interested in tops. He's going downhill and he's knocking everything over on the way down. Yep.
And we're going to make the American dream a word that 2 words that you didn't have.
Two words that you didn't have.
Words. Remember when Biden
Yeah,
said...
remember when those words, didn't exist? Yeah, 2 words, American and dream, never happened.
It's all about 3 words. The American dream.
Wait.
You don't want to ever get in that situation. Remember that? That was
Wait a minute. Isn't that 2? He just said it was 2, but now it's 3. I'm confused. Math is hard.
not good. It's all about 3 words. American dream. A great stock market
It's
is...
all about 3 words.
He tried
American dream.
tried to freelance, incidentally there.
What do you mean you never want to get in that situation
because-
where you have to put the in front of American dream?
0 of that made sense.
Well, Emma got it. You don't want to be in that situation where you...
Yeah, I think like I don't know if it was this particular video clip, but like someone made a point where it's like, yeah, I've treated like Alzheimer's patients and I've had Alzheimer's family members, and like this is familiar. So yeah, I mean, it wouldn't be surprising. Like I'm not gonna pretend that I'm gonna diagnose not being a doctor. But yeah, it wouldn't be surprising if that ends up being the case. 2 words, the American dream. I don't know if fast food was ever cheap, but damn, it sure ain't now. It really begs the question, who is the effing whole thing even for? Or is it like for everyone? What, fast food? Or is it like this? Trump should add a McDonald's to the East Wing.
But he screwed up because he said, Biden said it was 3 words, the American dream. And then he just realized, like, oh, that's why it was 3 words.
Fell into the same trap.
You don't want, you want it just to be American dream.
Wait, come back. Okay. I mean, even look compared to Biden, I think there's a clear trajectory. Yeah, I mean, like Obama era, Biden era was just so much more there. Obama era Biden was just so much more there, and likewise, look at Trump from just the beginning in 2016 when he started his run. Yeah. I agree. You can. I've been listening to some of Trump's old interviews at the Against My Better Judgment, and I listened to him in 2004. And yeah, he definitely sound like he's definitely the same person, right? Like he's always been like this kind of weird, creepy scumbag con man, like cheap suit used car salesman that does really like sketchy stuff, with finances. Like that's always been Donald Trump, and he's had the same vibe since forever. But yeah, like if you listen to him 20 years ago versus now. Even a couple of years from now, it's not. Yeah, he's definitely not the same. I've seen Scrooge said it. Dirty Donald. It's been known 100%. 100%. You did. Yeah, I was having this discussion. You didn't need the Epstein files to know that Donald Trump was like a weird creep predator dude, right? Like he was literally found civilly liable for sexual assault. Like that was the whole defamation cases that he lost against Jean Carroll, Jean Carroll. That happened. Okay, just because the statute of limitations expired and doesn't mean that the actual assault didn't happen, because it did. It was proven in court. That's why he lost the defamation suit, because he lied about it. So yeah, all this stuff has been known about him for decades, and yet apparently that was not that big of a deal. Trump has always been a horrible person, but he hasn't been literally incomprehensible. He hasn't been literally incomprehensible person the whole time. Yeah, 100%. Not that he was ever smart or anything, but he's lost more than a step. Yeah, I'd say so. Did Trump sign the bill yet? Good question. It was he's pending to sign it. Trump Epstein bill, I guess. So as of 15 minutes ago, 39 minutes ago, that's about as much as we have. It is anticipated and expected that he will sign. He just hasn't done so yet, as far as I know. He might do it at any point. Because, like, honestly, again, there's no winning battle for this. Because if he doesn't sign it, right? Like, if he doesn't sign it, if he tries to veto it, it's going to look even worse for him. It's going to look very suspect if he vetoes the bill that is veto proof, essentially. Because if he vetoes that, there's only one person in the entire body of legislature that voted against it, and it was one Republican. Go figure. So if he tries to veto it, not only will that look super suspect, okay, that will look incredibly suspect, but it just won't work because he's going to get it overturned by Congress. Not that he was ever smart or anything, but he's lost more than a step. Yep. I'm assuming he's going to run the clock. He can try, but it's not going to... It looks bad. It looks really bad. How long does it take for a bill to get signed? I don't know. I guess it's whenever he gets to it, I guess. Watch him try to veto it. Yeah, the veto can go right back to Congress and get the same vote to win. Oh yeah, 100%. So I think that that's not going to be a good look. If he tries to veto this, that would be really bad. That would be a very bad look. So yeah, the more suspect he looks, the worse it is for him.
Like,
That's two.
a American dream.
This is him.
American dream.
You know,
Yeah, him talking in his adult
American
brain.
dream is 3 words. Wait, okay. You just don't want to get there.
it's also
Look, do I get a Happy Meal or not?
you're talking to McDonald's franchise owners too. Like,
Yeah, it's veto proof majority, right? So it's like it's not great. Doesn't look good.
you're talking about affordability to them. Like their own McDonald's franchises.
Yeah.
That's not who is struggling with affordability. It's the people that work at all of their organizations. And by the way, since we're talking about Epstein, massive endemic harassment at McDonald's of especially teenage girls that work
Yeah.
there. I've seen it when I worked there when I was a teenager myself. Like,
And that
it is
horrible
crazy.
documentary that you
Oh, right,
had
yeah.
me watch too. What was that?
I forget the one where the
Yes.
guy was like calling them McDonald's.
Yes,
But
yes.
yeah, like I would talk to them about that before like their 401ks.
Well, he does address affordability to them. He quells their fears of an increase in the minimum wage.
Don't worry.
True. It sounds like the bill is all about delaying, so who knows? Maybe. But they're going to try to redact shit out of it. Yeah, and that looks suspect. If like the Epstein files get released and there's just like a suspicious amount of just like straight up pages of it being redacted, then people are going to be like, wait, hold on, wait a second. So yeah, this doesn't look good for him either if he tries to redact too much of it. We already know that his name is on the Epstein files, right? Like that was already confirmed by his own Justice Department. So it's a matter of what involvement he had, right? Like that's what we need to know. Like what level, what circle of hell are we dealing with here? That's the real question. Because if he really wasn't that involved in the Epstein files, then like, what was the problem, right? Like, what was the issue? What was the issue of releasing the file? He could have done it. He could have asked his DOJ to do it, which is where the Miss Piggy comment came from. A very valid question. A reporter asked him about a reporter asked him about the Epstein files and said, "Well, why didn't you release them?" And he said, "Quiet, Piggy." So it's obvious. So it's obvious that like he's very, very, very uncomfortable about all this, and the only reason he's come out in support of it is because he knows it's inevitable. And the more he fights this, the worse it looks for him. Black former franchise owners are suing McDonald's of racism, basically robbing black owners till they take the store back. I mean, this is not surprising. Yeah, this doesn't surprise me. We won't see black line redactions. They can summarize each section and reword it. That will act as a redaction. I mean, maybe, but it would look a little weird if they just didn't, you know, if they try to take shortcuts. If they try to take shortcuts, it's gonna look suspect. So yeah, it's kind of an unwinnable scenario here as far as like how it looks and how Trump is perceived. I think that the move that he's trying to aim for is just rip off the Band-Aid and hope his lemmings will forget about it or just not care, because that is a completely valid thought process, right? Like these cult members could literally have indisputable evidence of him doing the most heinous stuff, and they will probably excuse it. They'll probably say it's a Democrat hoax. They'll probably say it's fake. They'll probably say it's not in the right context, which, okay. Whatever Olympic level of mental gymnastics they need to perform, they will, and they'll justify it, just like they justified every other horrible stuff. So, I don't know. I don't think it matters what's in it, to be honest. People have already decided what they believe. Yeah, I think I'm going to tend to agree. I'm going to tend to agree with you. We've reached a point of blatant accepted hyperreality that what really happened doesn't matter. Yeah, I tend to agree. I think that's pretty spot on. Yeah, I think that's valid. Because they're now investigating Democrats, they can release the files in a way that can be just summarized. Yeah. But that also kind of looks suspect, right? Like, well, maybe not to their base. I guess that's really the point, right? Because if you're only investigating Democrats, and it's like, okay, hold on. wait a minute. Look, I'm all for investigating everybody, right? Like, that means everybody. If Bill Clinton's name is on the Epstein files, like, screw him. Investigate him. I don't care. If any congressperson's name is on the Epstein files, screw them. Investigate them. I don't care. I don't care what party they're from. That's the difference between MAGA and ourselves. But that's not what's happening, I guess, right? It would exonerate. It could exonerate Trump, doubt, but it wouldn't matter. Releasing it at all will lead people saying it had proof of whatever people already want. Yeah, no, I think you're right. For the most part, I think that's probably what's going to end up happening, right? Like, it could be in this irrefutable evidence, right? It's still going to be played off as like a win. Plus, Trump's owned the agency with the files. They can put anything onto agency later. Have with a declassified stamp. How would we know they're faked? I think that there's people that can kind of work that. I think what CFAX is saying is also pretty true. The limits of tyrants are prescribed by the endurance of those they oppress. Yep.
Exactly. That's the other part.
Your workers will still be affordable for you. Is this number 7? This,
Yeah.
okay, and this is and people are wondering, like, why is your voice so hoarse? And this is
He's
asked,
like, I just had a session with Bubba.
in understanding, he's like
Sorry.
he's getting
I want
agitated.
all names, but even if we only got Dems, it's still a net positive in my opinion, but I want them all. Oh, yeah, I mean, like, there's no excuse for any of it. I agree. Them delaying it so long equals no matter what. People will think it's fakes, and they wouldn't be wrong. When was the last time Trump's PR handlers handled anything, handlers released anything without a violent spin? No, I mean, yeah, that could, I mean, we can expect that. We can expect that to at least, if it's heavily redacted, you know, or just very convenient, very conveniently spun in one way. I mean, it kind of gives us the answer, right? It kind of gives us the answer. Yeah, I would jail Bill Clinton if I had the power right now, just for what we already know publicly. True. Trump releases the files and then preemptively pardons everyone in them. Oh my God, if that happens, super suspect. If that happens, like 100% the guy's in it. 100% he's like probably one of the either main head of this conspiracy. I don't know, ring, if you want to call it that, or he's doing overtime to protect everyone else around him. Yeah, the Maxwell stuff. Yeah, by itself, to me, it says that she had a bunch of stuff he wants buried. Oh, yeah. I wish you well. I met a demon today.
There is an agitated quality to Trump that we're seeing here that seems as if he's upset about something that's going on maybe in the country.
That's the health of the president's always news. Your voice sounds a little rough. Are you feeling all right?
I feel great. I was shouting at people because they were stupid about something having to do with trade in a country, and I straightened it out. But I blew my stack at these people.
Well, it sounds like there's a follow-up there.
He's looking a little frog-like.
Sounds as the what?
It sounds like there's a follow-up there. Can I ask you about
I
Venezuela?
thought you said there was a polyp, and I said, I don't want to hear that.
I don't want to hear that again.
It's very clearly a
my-
polyp somewhere.
I don't have a polyp in
I
the
didn't
book.
say
Oof, man. Oof. Yeah, they got her a puppy. That's true. I heard leaked audio of Trump yelling about this whole thing. I want it to be real so bad. I mean, he's saying that like he was yelling. He's saying that he was yelling. I blew my stack. about something. I forget, honestly. I think it was the economy. Oof. But yeah, I wish there was leaked audio so we can hear it.
Abusive.
And I didn't see this yet. He made a like a it sounded like a blowjob innuendo there just by happenstaance.
What I blew
I blew
my
stack. I
No,
don't know.
that really means getting angry.
Okay, fair enough. But I mean, no. I just it was a little
Not the
closer to
only-
my joke than I anticipated it.
Not the only thing. I mean, according to the Epstein emails, yeah, whoever Bubba is. I don't wish cancer on anyone. I really don't. Not on anyone. I agree. Increased angry responses is also a classic Alzheimer's symptom. That doesn't surprise me at all. Honestly. Like I said, I'm not going to pretend that I'm like a doctor and I can accurately like diagnose. But several professionals and several people who work with patients with Alzheimer's have come out and said that, yeah, this looks all very familiar. Yeah. And again, it wouldn't be surprising. Like when Trump is out of office, right? Obviously, because we're not going to find out now. They're not going to let that. They're not going to let those beans spill. But one day, in the near future, we're going to find out. It wouldn't be surprising that he was already experiencing Alzheimer's during his presidency. This really would not be surprising.
Stack.
But yeah,
Crime.
I got the full stack.
I lost my voice trying to blow my stack.
So where's that polyp? Oh Jesus!
I didn't say polyp. You said polyp.
Who said polyp?
He was at the doctor getting his
I didn't know
rib
what polyp
removed
is.
so he could blow
There
his
was no
stack.
polyp. And here's number 9. Here is Trump sort of like filling out the trifecta. So there's one of two things that happen. One is he's got something else going on that is causing him to lose his voice, or he yelled for such a significant time. He's so mad at somebody. Now,
My boss had a pop and somehow it started bleeding. They were putting blood into him at the same time. Yeesh. And they can't do anything except for wait it to stop. That is wild. I didn't know that could even be a thing. Just drop that audio and DM via Discord. Sounds so real. I can't see it. Is this on your personal Discord? Did I even join your Discord? Why am I not on your Discord? How do I even join? Where? 1 second. No, I'm in three Discords with you, but none of them are your Discord. Send me an invite to your Discord. I don't know why I'm not even there. Incredible. And now the mobile Discord is giving me problems. Never fails with mobile Discord, you know.
I wonder if it's a tariff issue when there have been, as far as I know, no new tariffs issued. They're waiting for the Supreme Court. This has been going on for a week. So he clearly did the yelling in the past 24 hours or so. And it just coincidentally that they're having a vote on the Epstein files. I didn't get mad at that. So one of two things happened.
Yeah.
No,
Either-
new Actual Friends podcast incoming.
He's got something going on that he doesn't want people to know about, which is impacting his voice, which that's possible.
I mean, he threw a polyp out there, and he heard the reporter say that when the reporter
I didn't get a
did not.
polyp. I didn't have a polyp. What are you talking about?
healthy.
Or he's yelling as loud as he's ever yelled before during his two presidencies, because I've never heard his voice.
Never.
And he blew his voice out yelling about one country's tariff situation, or maybe something else is going on that he's getting very uptight about. Here he is on Air Force One, where he really gets a little bit looser because he's in a higher altitude.
Uh-oh.
So he dictated a couple of memos from something we bring. You're going to find out what did he know.
This is the clip, I think. Okay, here we are. I see it now. Let's see. Aha. Yeah, it's straight up misogyny. GOP Patacon Elite Inc. First off, Miss Piggy's a babe, but that lady looks nothing like her.
With respect to Bill Clinton, with respect to the head of Harvard, with respect to all of those people that are doing, including J.P. Morgan shares.
Sir,
Yeah,
if
Jennifer,
there's
go
nothing
ahead, go ahead.
incriminating in the file, sir, why not act? Why are you acting as a
Quiet, begin.
on Venezuela, sir? You've had a lot of meetings on Venezuela.
I just want to be clear on what just happened there. So this was from
Yeah, it's extremely hard to hear, but yeah. Incredible stuff coming from the President of the United States. Yeah, well, they did it too. It sounds real. Is it real? I don't know. Let's take a look.
Not releasing the Epstein files. Fuck Marjorie Taylor Greene. I don't care what you do. Start a fucking war. Just don't let them get out. If I go down, I will bring all of you down with me.
I mean, like this is audio that was apparently it's being billed as like some maybe this is what Trump was referencing when he was blowing my stack at someone. Maybe maybe that's what it could be. AI. It could be generated. It is unclear. It is unclear to confirm, but I mean that's kind of funny. I know that Marjorie Taylor Greene and Trump have had a bit of a rift lately, so I don't know. If that was 8 years ago, maybe. Trump now on his best day, not that cogent. Maybe, yeah. A bit on the nose. It's labeled Cat GPT, says it's not AI. This sounds too good to be true. Possibly. I don't know, man. It's hilariously easy to fake audio. Oh, I don't disagree. Press X to doubt. The fuck part sounds pretty off. Maybe. The bad sound quality was chosen for the AI. Covers up the too cleanliness. Maybe. I mean, like, again, this could be 100% AI. You can judge that audio for yourselves. I mean, it's not... We're not going to bill it as something that's 100% confirmed. Heat with the 100 biddies. Thank you so much. Appreciate it. Margarine Trader Greens. Heat with the tier 1 subscription for 50 months. Can we get a round of applause for that? 50 months. Can you imagine? Yeah, you need to find out what's the source. It's kind of difficult, honestly. Anyways, let's spread it all around.
A day or two ago when he is arguing that, and this is before his reversal on the files, that we're going to investigate Bill Clinton. We're going to investigate the president of Harvard, Larry Summers. God bless. I hope that happens multiple times, frankly. And he's asked a follow-up question. And
apparently, AI security camera footage is on the rise because of bad quality of security cams. It seems more realistic. I mean, that's kind of... Oof.
It's quiet.
Oh, no. Here we go. Welcome.
Quiet little piggy, he calls.
Quiet Piggy. Catherine Lucy was apparently the reporter.
Appreciate that, Heat.
You know.
I'm seeing Bloomberg's
Thank you so much. Appreciate it.
Jennifer Jacobs.
Oh, really? They were
That's
saying
what I've seen,
They
too.
were saying Bloomberg's. Oh, okay. I'm sorry. It was another Bloomberg reporter. I got it wrong. Apologies. Go on.
Here we
Well, the point being, this guy's losing his patience, and then he yells at somebody ostensibly about tariffs.
Michael Hassler, I don't know if I said hello. Welcome. Harvard should have fired Summers yesterday. I agree.
The Guardian says it's this woman, Catherine Lucy. It doesn't really matter that much,
Yeah.
but I mean, I just like you see, because based on like how women look or whatever, it's easy to see if they trigger them. I mean, she's a blonde woman, and he doesn't like being spoken to by them really any women at all. But Quiet Piggy is really like, I'm sorry,
crazy.
that's really crazy. This is
It's by the way, like not even new. As I was saying earlier, like I've listened to him talk about women and talk to women for decades, and yeah, of course, you know, he's not cognitively the same, but like the misogynistic vibes have always been there, right? Like he's never. It's hard pressed to find a it's hard pressed to find a clip where Trump is legitimately being genuinely respectful to women in public. He's been known to make like these horrible comments, misogynistic comments, for decades. Of how we're Chad obviously having a bad influence on Emma, enabling her sailor mouth. Good Leftist channel gives a European perspective. Ew, women, cooties. People should have called this out a decade ago. It's normalized now. Oh, 100%. 100%. Like this is just another Tuesday in Trump's America, right? Like the hyper real, post-truth reality that we live in. All of this is now just normal, right? Like Trump, the president of the United States, making gross comments like this is just another Tuesday. And that's kind of sad, right? That's kind of sad and scary and dark. The White House responded to the criticism of Trump's piggy comment and basically said she had it coming. Oh, yeah. Got it. Quadrupling down on the disgusting misogynistic comment. Understood. If he's not being abusive, he's usually being creepy to women. Yep. I mean, again, you know, I incurred the psychic damage, so that you folks didn't have to. I incurred the psychic damage of hearing Donald Trump on the Howard Stern show for a couple of hours earlier today, and yeah, I mean, everything that you think about Donald Trump, the way him and Howard Stern talk about women, referring to his own daughter as quote voluptuous. I mean, like who talks like that? Talking about adult stuff that happens between adults. Okay, let's try to keep it YouTube and Twitch friendly. Just constantly talking about women's bodies. Okay. Talking about the pageants, you know, back in the day, of course, this was a while ago, about the pageants that he owned. Just gross. It's just gross. That's the best word I can find to describe the kind of the way him and Howard Stern went back and forth. That was Howard Stern, I think. No, I think that was him. That was him. That was Trump. Trump was the one that made the comments about her body being voluptuous. Yeah. I literally just watched it earlier. I could be wrong. I can just like research it because it literally was not that long ago earlier today. I think it's here.
If Ivanka weren't my daughter, perhaps I'd be dating her. You know?
Stop it! Oh, it's so weird.
By the way, your daughter, she's beautiful. Can I say this? A piece of ass. Yeah. She looks more voluptuous than ever.
She's actually always been very voluptuous.
Yeah, so it is actually the answer is they both said it. The answer is they both said it. The answer is they both said it. They both took turns, okay, talking about one being one man, okay, being incredibly creepy about talking about a woman's body, and the other man being her father also agreed that she is voluptuous. I mean, like, yeah, so yeah. Stern called her. Yeah, we went over that clip. Yeah, so it was both. It was both. That was. Again.
She's actually always been very voluptuous.
What's the favorite thing?
That's him. That's
She's actually always been very voluptuous.
She looks more voluptuous than ever.
She's actually always been very voluptuous.
So that was Howard Stern and Trump. Like they both said it. Yeah, I know. That's his daughter. That's his daughter he's talking about, okay? Just to keep in mind that's who he's talking about. Since Trump is basically a shock jock with unlimited wealth, that means that any other shock jock who got wealthy turns into Trump. So yeah, it's yeah.
Leader of the country, and I know that it's
so going back to Michael Hassler's original comment, like, yeah, this should have been done. This should have been donezo from the get-go, because this is not new. This is these clips, these quotes are not new. This has been known about the man for years and decades, and now, as Michael Hassler said, it's normalized, right? Like, you have the president of the United States, the one of the most, if not the biggest, upper echelon of power, just kind of like excusing all this and calling making comments to reporters, to female reporters like that. It's completely normalized. I can't imagine saying anything like that to or about any relatives of someone else, let alone about a man's daughter. Animals. Yeah, no, it's disgusting. It's gross. Like, Batman himself, okay, could not beat those words out of me. Okay, Batman himself could not beat those words out of me. It's just gross, man. If I had a daughter, that's the last. That is not how I would talk about my daughter. Okay, I do have a sister, And that is not how I would talk about my sister. Incidentally, I also have a mother. As it turns out, everyone has a mother. I would not talk about her like that either. It's just gross, man. Too many people in the media shrugged their shoulders and said, well, that's just Trump being Trump when we had the chance to stop him. Yeah. The locker room talk. That's the locker room talk that people are trying to justify right there. And again, I've unfortunately incurred a lot of psychic damage listening to all this stuff from 2004. 2004. But yeah. Them's just fighting words to say that to another man's about his daughter, supposedly, according to most anyone, to conservatives. Yeah, but then they line up to applaud shit like that in reality. 100%. Yeah, 100%. Like, and by the way, like, I would almost understand if some, you know, older gentleman, perverted person, comes up to like a daughter, right, or young kid, and says some weird creepy shit like, I'll be dating you in 10 years. Dude, it would be on site. Does that make sense? Oof. Anyways, it just proves what lack of principles they have, except blind obedience to the authority they've chosen to surrender their soul to. Yeah, I agree. Yeah, it's not just the daughter part, it's also the always part too. Yeah, what do you mean? Yeah, what do you mean always? That's true. That's a good catch. Like, she's always been voluptuous. Wait, whoa. Can we back that up for a second? What do you mean? That is so disgusting, man. And that's what this is, and that's what these people defend that's the hill that these people want to die on. That is the hill that these people want to die on. I agree. Yeah, comedy. I mean, there's still some like good comedians out there, but they're far and few between. It's very rare.
It's like a little lib to care about people setting examples, but the way he acts has had a directly corrosive impact on the way that we deal with one another and our 100%. Society. It's disgusting.
It is, yeah, 100%. And this is exactly what Michael Hatzer is saying. Like, now, because it's all been so normalized and excused, it's all just kind of like okay. It's all okay now. That's just kind of how that's who we are right now, you know. That's who we are now. Incidentally, Mussolini is also someone that he adulated very much. Incidentally. Yeah, layers and layers of gross, and the more you listen, the worse it gets. I promise. I promise. The more you listen, the more it gets. Like, you know, if she wasn't my daughter, I'd be dating her. That's scratching the surface.
A doubt,
and the press in general.
But that is
like, you don't, like, if the Epstein files never existed, by the way, like, you wouldn't need them at all to prove that this guy is 100% a creep and 100% like a predator. Okay. Like, it's already been proven. It's not up for debate. The guy is a predator. The guy is a predator. Not even the one who remains can erase that from the timeline. No, and we all had to hear it. We all had to deal with it.
A real lack of control that we haven't seen from him in a while. Okay. I mean, this iteration, this go round, he's been, you know, he'll be stern sometimes. Don't shut up. But that shut up came a couple of days ago too. We haven't seen something like this.
He's always camera ready, camera aware.
He knows
them fighting word. Oh, ha. The Onion, the Onion is taking offense. You know what? That is offensive to the Onions. Okay. Yeah, this was all known even before the first election. On 100%. This was all known, and they were like, "Yep, this is all right. This is not him being all this gross and disgusting and predatory. All that is not really a problem. In fact, some would even call it a feature."
Where his liabilities are this time around, and he's getting paid. So ostensibly, he's like, I can, but he's clearly losing patience. His fuse is getting shorter. He's yelling at people, according to him.
And
This is the real him. This is what the Trump that you see in the E. Jean Carroll deposition.
Yes.
That is the real Trump.
And also, we saw a lot more of this in the pandemic at the end of his presidency in the first term, where he was getting completely, falling apart really in the back 2 years, but specifically the back year, getting more and more of a bully, freaking out more and more. And I still go back to the fact that he was unable, that he had to cave and pretend like he's in favor of releasing the Epstein files because they're going to try to cover things up on the back end, because he was probably yelling, screaming at every member of the House that says, we can't go with you on this, Mr. President. We have to vote for the release of the Epstein files.
Sir, we cannot, sir. We are being asked to protect pedophiles, sir. Does that not click, sir? Mr. President, sir. Hello.
Because there's do we have the vote right now? Are we following it? I mean, there's
This
at
clip
minimum
was before
dozens
he had reversed, and so I think it was coming to
in the
head
lead
where-
up.
Yeah.
In the lead up, because he knew that he was cornered.
Yep.
Let's just get the quiet piggy one more time clean here.
Oh, here goes Matt. Tampering with the audio. Fake.
If there's nothing incriminating in the files, sir, why are you acting as a Venezuelan, sir? You've had a lot.
Oh, jeez.
Now you know what it feels like to be
gross.
Tiffany Trump.
Exactly.
That's how he talks to her, guaranteed.
Yep.
Yeah.
I'm very respectful. Trump is very respectful to women. Nobody likes women more like Trump. More than Trump.
You're not my daughter, piggy.
It's wild when the mask slips.
Yep.
Yeah.
Oh my God! It's
Look at
just
that
so
quote of,
horrible,
John-
man. It's all so horrible. He called a reporter that. He did. They used that Tim Pool audio filter on him. Yeah. Fake video, fake news. Brian has such impeccable comedic timing. Whoopsies.
McCain to his ex-wife, where he called her like a trollop with slapped on makeup in front of press or something like that. It's like, jeez. People
this
really
is
are. Like, I know you're like depraved, but you're really depraved.
Yeah, this is known. Known. No. This is not new.
Hey, folks, don't forget to hit the
Jesus. All right, we got to speed run through all of this. Jesus Christ. Did he really say that? Honestly, like, I'm not surprised, Schmegley. I'm genuinely not surprised that he said that, because, like, this is the kind of guy who talks like that, so this is not surprising. And Trollop, what did we travel back to the Victorian area? I mean, he does think of himself as some kind of, like, king, right? Like, some kind of aristocratic king. It's language that would make the Victoria gentleman cringe. Yeah, this is his real self. His real self showed itself. 100%. Yeah, this is who he's always been. 100%. Hey, folks, let's talk about some good news. There is a Starbucks strike going on. So let's talk about it just for a moment, or let's just show this clip, I should say. This is great stuff, and I'm really proud of these Starbucks workers. So good on them. Yeah, or some kind of industrialist god king. No, a la Robert Barons of old. Yeah, probably. I think that's probably what he thinks of himself as. Who knows? It's called being a postmodernist, or as they say, an effing fascist. And he said, well, we'll see in time if she got her. Oh, wait a minute. I'm actually thinking, like, I think I actually remember this clip. I think I'm vaguely remembering about this, this clip when he's talking about Tiffany. Yeah, oh my god. Oh. This is... Oh my god, this was a real quote. This was from 1994, folks. Ugh. I hate that I know all this. Me too. Like I remember now. It all just like it all just clicked. I had to look it up, and get a refresh my memory on all the creepy shit I've had to learn about Donald Trump. Yeah, reiterating that nothing any human can say or do will ever surprise me. Seriously, we knew most of this in 2015. Yep. Oh my god. You see, normally, so the context of this answer... Normally, people would say, you know, like, hey, sir or ma'am, what does your child have of yours and what does your child have of your spouse? Well, it looks like they have, like, you know, little facial features and, like, you know, I could see the maybe, like, I don't know, the hair and the face or whatever, right? Like, because it's a baby. Donald Trump immediately went to, of course, she's got marvelous legs. We don't know whether or not, you know, she's got... Oh god. Oh god. That's gonna be enough of that for today. I think I'm good. They better have this bill signing live broadcast, and Bush should make it a huge effing production.
This is day 7 of the strike. Right now, they are standing up against one of the largest union-busting operations that are happening in the United States, possibly in the history of this country. It is happening right now in your lifetime as you're watching this. Everyone here marching up and down this street are marching for you and your rights as an employee, as a worker, as a laborer. And they are turning here in front of the York, Pennsylvania Starbucks distribution center, this big, gray, ominous box.
We don't need Starbucks that much, folks, okay? We don't need Starbucks that much. We don't need Starbucks that bad.
Box in the background. Inside that ominous box, billions of dollars of cups move across this entire region. And those cups don't move without human hands. And these are the human hands that move them. Workers every single day from all walks of life. to get that coffee into your hand. It is handed to you by your fellow worker, your fellow person. It can't be replaced by AI. It can't be replaced by automation. That smile that you get from that cashier has to come from a person's face. And those people, they deserve benefits. Those
Heck
people,
yeah.
they deserve wages. And they deserve to not be intimidated by a CEO that made 6,666 times their average wage.
True.
666 is a weird number there, Starbucks CEO. That's a really odd number to be putting out there for everybody. This is day.
I love this guy. This guy's funny. I've seen a couple of his shorts, Perlman or whatever. Yeah, I've seen a couple of his shorts. He's pretty decent. All due respect to the troops, they are heroes. I can't remember most of my childhood, but 6 shit that Trump said over the decades. Of course, I can't erase that from my mind. Yep. Not to mention, many towns have great local coffee shops one can go to. Yep. I agree. Oh. Is this the
It's
clip?
the lost Donald Trump video that has people talking. Trump and then-wife Marla Maples appeared on the TV show Lifestyles of the Rich and Famous back in 1994. Host Robin Leach asked about their daughter Tiffany, who was then just a year old.
Now, Donald, what does Tiffany have of yours and what does Tiffany have of Marla's?
Well, I think that she's got a lot of moral. She's really a beautiful baby, and she's got Marla's legs. We don't know whether or not she's got.
Oh my god. I'm
The Daily
actually
Show-
watching this guy really say that with a straight face. And that wasn't anyways, we really have to like move on. Okay, that's enough gross shit for today. It turns out the biblical beast is just the Buck's mermaid. Talk to Japan about replacing baristas with AI. Don't get scared, I'm not full communist yet. I think we'll be all right. Yeah, about a baby, by the way. We're talking about a year-old baby. Oof. People insist on calling me communist, yet when I start listening to an actual one, I can't agree with them. I mean, that's fair. Megyn Kelly defend that. I mean, she did, right? She said there's obviously a difference between... Oh, wait, no. Yeah, I don't know how she'll try to spin that one. Yeah, Trump really meant the always part. Yep. Santa's white, he just is. True. Arrest now, Jesus Christ. Okay. Whew. Let's just get through these headlines. Arrest now, top 250 in immigration crackdown across North Carolina. ICE has been operating here and ridding the streets of crime, of criminals, like, you know, women filming them and honking. Federal agents have now arrested more than 250 people during a North Carolina immigration crackdown centered around Charlotte, the state's largest city. The Department of Homeland Security said on Wednesday the operation that began over the weekend is the last phase of Republican President Trump's aggressive mass deportation effort that sent the military and immigration agents into Democrat-run cities. From Chicago to LA, immigration officials have blanketed the country since January, pushing detention counts to an all-time high above 60,000. Big cities and small towns across the country are targeted daily amid higher profile pushes in places like Portland, where more than 560 immigration arrests were made. Smaller bursts of enforcement have popped up elsewhere. The number of arrests around Charlotte and beyond what the government has dubbed Operation Charlotte's Web was about double the total amount DHS officials said earlier this week. The department said in a statement that agencies continue to target some of the most dangerous criminal aliens. Of course, that's not really, and that doesn't really end up panning out. Federal officials have offered few details about those who arrested, which you would think that maybe if they were actual serious criminals, that they would be touting their arrest records and whatnot, but they don't really do that. I want a decentralized planning with co-ops mix. I mean, that sounds pretty socialistic. It sounds good enough to me. About 300 people have now been arrested. Yikes. Yikes. Now, this is a little outdated here. This is a little bit outdated. They also remain quiet about the scope of the enforcement operations across North Carolina and where agents will show up next, keeping communities on edge, which is the point. About 100 people gathered outside a Home Depot store in Charlotte, where federal agents have been spotted multiple times since the surge started. Of course, because that's where all the criminals are, looking for work. About 100, protests organizers briefly went inside the store with orange and white signs that read "Ice out of Home Depot, protect our communities." Targeting laundromats because, that's where all the really high-profile criminals are, working at Home Depot and laundromats. Got it. Greg Bovino, not Bovine, Bovino, the Border Patrol commander tapped to head the Louisiana sweep, has been on the ground in North Carolina this week, leading the operation there as well. Bovino has become the Trump administration's leader of the large-scale crackdowns and has drawn criticism over the tactics used to carry out arrests. The HS has declined to comment on the operation. For the safety and security of law enforcement, we're not going to telegraph potential operations. Yeah. Okay, dudes. Whatever. More Gestapo stuff. Yeah, Abuela is the hardened criminal, yeah. Gotta take, the real criminals selling elotes and working at Home Depot and, mothers picking up children at their school. Those are the real criminals, showing up at immigration hearings. Yeah, catching the real criminals. Good job. Yeah, I agree. I'm not here to go back and forth with different types of leftists. I mean, we may have our disagreements, but that's okay. Yeah, ICE is targeting a daycare for refugees in Charlotte. Yeah, the criminals. Got to get rid of them. At checks notes. 1 second. Let me just. Yes, daycares where criminals hang out. Understood. Trendabuela. I like that one. Trendabuela. Okay, I'm gonna use that from now on. Okay, that's wonderful. Our Democrat governor has no veto power, so we have fascism legislatively. I know North Carolina is oof. It's rough. They're doing way too many things that would likely tank the economy if they just did one of them alone. Oh yeah, no, I agree. Not only is there a cost of living crisis, right? There's an employment crisis. There is a inflation crisis caused by the tariffs. There's the immigration crackdowns, which is having huge immigration implications. I mean, the economy is if you wanted to destroy the economy, this is probably how you would do it. Tabling the logistic question, I think this whole experience with immigration is only underlined from both a moral and cynically political perspective, what a liability, in fact, is to not have been explicitly pro-immigration party. Like, what this shows me is the moderate platform for the Democrats on immigration has to be some kind of abolition of ICE and the expressway to citizenship that's retroactively available. It still wouldn't solve every problem, but they're abusing citizens' rights. Yep, I agree. So it takes some pretext. I agree. Yeah, I mean, like, if you actually wanted to talk about, if you want to talk about, like, actually dealing with immigration and you feel like maybe, you feel like there's, like, too many people coming or something like that, then, like, the conversation should be, how can we support the countries in which this immigration is coming from? Like, what can we do to broaden economic opportunities for Central America, for example? Like, what can we do to rectify all the wrongs that we've done to the global South to help slow down that immigration? They're not coming here for no reason. No one packs their bags and whatever small things that they have and move thousands of miles. That doesn't happen. Okay, not for a reason. Not for no reason. Democrats have enabled this so hard by being such weak hand-wringers on immigration specifically. I agree. Just conceding the whole immigrants presumably bad premise of Republicans. Yeah, no, I agree. This has been a problem. Even like I was shown a clip about Bill Clinton talking just like Trump on immigration. The hill they'll die on, as it was an ancient Greek-style man-boy love that the Bible talked about, so it's okay. The style of homophobic child molestation denialism, I'm pretty sure of it. Aha, okay, that's probably why it was censored. But yeah, I get it, and I agree. That's why I say they're harming the economy on purpose. The wealthy made a lot of money in 2008 or 9 when the economy crashed. I agree, but, you know, there's only so much. Like, you're supposed to be able to... That happened by fluke, but when you try to engineer it, and you do a bad job of it, and everybody, like, it goes all down... I don't know. You're risking a lot there. Billionaire environmental activists, which is an oxymoron, because that's not a thing, right? Like, if you take into account, like, the emissions, billionaires by definition are a massive problem when it comes to the climate, right? Just by definition, right? Like, how much emissions do billionaires cost with between, like, not just their private lifestyle, but the fact that they're billionaires, right? Presumably they have large capital investments. But anyways, that's kind of an oxymoron. Tom Steyer announces a run for California governor. The billionaire environmental activist who unsuccessfully sought the Democratic nomination for president in 2020 will run for California governor. I don't know what the game plan is here, but I hope he loses. I really we don't need. Can we just not have more billionaires running for office? Okay. Like, can we not have billionaires run for office? Can we make that like a rule? Okay. Like, if you're a billionaire, just no, stop. Okay. You should first and foremost, you shouldn't exist as a billionaire. But one second. I think chat just disappeared on me. I think chat just disappeared on me. Oh, there we are. That's all there's left to buy, though. Yeah, it's true. The capitalist class, Kamal was busy. Yeah, selling her book, right? The capitalist class will destroy the world and extinguish humanity in defense of their privilege. Orwell, you and the atomic bomb lays it out even well when he was an MI5 snitch. I mean, that tracks. Why not, right? Because they think they think they'll be untouchable or untouched, but it doesn't work. It's not going to work out that way. I'm sorry, I gotta go. Gotta do a booze run and pick up some rotisserie chicken. Oof, that sounds good. Thank you so much for stopping by. Appreciate it and enjoy. Rotisserie chicken, hands down, pretty good. That's a beautiful idea. But the fuck you to the wealthy, it's inescapably embodies symbolically, is a cathartic and much needed battle cry. Yeah. I agree. There's a Terrence McSweeney IRB quote from Principles of Freedom. It's not those who can inflict the most, but those who can endure the most that will conquer. Modern social democrats are still capitalists. I agree. A lot of them too. They're like, the reason why they're social democrats is because they believe that they can fix capitalism with leftism. Because it's like they almost got to the right conclusion, right? They're seeing capitalism in crisis and go, wait a minute. Well, the left actually has very good argumentation. So maybe if we just like apply like a little bit of the antidote, then it might work. Then it might correct itself. But it really doesn't work out like that in the real world. Technically, Trump was not a billionaire when he ran for office. I mean, he was close, wasn't he? I actually don't know his total wealth at the time, but he was pretty close. So, anyways, we don't. I mean, like, there's not much to say here, other than like, can we just stop? Can we just stop with these exorbitantly wealthy people running? Like, it's just like, it's enough. No, he wasn't? Okay. I mean, I could buy that. I don't know his full net worth at the time of his original run. But I imagine it was close, and it certainly is now. Originally, social democracy was achieving socialism through reform over time, but they started to drink neoliberal ideas, especially after the 80s. Hiding the tax returns was to hide the fact that he wasn't a real millionaire. Ah, yeah, no, this makes sense. It's all tracking. It's all tracking. Tony Blair's third wave was the nail in the coffin. If the government actually worked for the people's interests instead of actual corporations, then we would, instead of corporations, we would actually see change. Yeah, I agree. I agree. About 300M. Really? Was that low? Man, and you would think with the all the opulence, man, the guy was a con through and through. That the whole thing was a facade. He could have fooled me. Nadia hates YouTube chat. No, YouTube just hates Nadia. That's the problem. So it was easier for her to post on Twitch. At the time when he started running, he owed more in loans than his net worth. Oof. No, chat's cool. YouTube, on the other hand, not cool. The Bureau of Labor Statistics says October jobs data won't be released. Available figures to be included in the next report. You know, because we're doing all so very well. Everything's going fine. Everything's great. Nothing to see here, folks. The Bureau of Labor Statistics on Wednesday today, it said, will not release the full U.S. jobs report for the month of October because everything is doing so great, following the longest federal government shutdown in the history of the country. Instead, the agency said October payroll data will be released along the full report for November. I'm sure we can trust those numbers too. An unemployment rate for October will not be included in those figures because the data could not be collected. Yeah, okay, understood. The agency also pushed back its jobs data released to December 16th from December 5th. The new date is 6 days after the Federal Reserve concludes its final policy meeting of the year, leaving the central bank with less information on the state of the economy. Fantastic. Fantastic. The delayed September non-farm payrolls report is scheduled to be released on Thursday. Without the full October data and following recent hawkish commentary from Fed officials, traders may be pricing in a lower chance for another rate reduction. Yeah, so everything's fine, folks. Nothing to see here. We don't need data. What's data? Hey, how's the economy doing? It's doing great. Have you checked the latest jobs numbers? Nope, they don't exist. Don't worry about that. Don't worry about the number of people actually looking for jobs versus the number of jobs that actually exist. Don't look at that. Don't go looking for numbers and data. We don't need all that. I mean, who needs it? Really? Everything is fine. Hey, Cognizant on YouTube. Who wasn't being cool on chat? No, everyone is cool in chat. It's just YouTube being bad. This is now officially a vibes-based economy. Yep. I mean, sure, you know. First of all, like, the numbers really can't be trusted as far as, like, the government goes they've been kind of just you know, putting out whatever they want. Yeah, you don't need jobs to boost an economy. You need stock buybacks. That's right. True. Very cool. Didn't Trump fire the last person who put out bad news? The person in now needs to watch out. Yeah, but so the best way to handle it is just not to report on anything, right? I mean, who needs numbers anyways, right? Data, facts, whatever. My administration has the best numbers, the biggest numbers. You haven't seen any before. Nobody's seen numbers like me. And the vibes are rancid. True. Harry M. Dean Entine. The numbers for debt, I do agree with. I mean, probably trillions and trillions. No, but we do really have a big problem. BLS unemployment is already meaningless and rubbish before Trump got there, and Great Depression levels unemployment was covered up for a very long time, like going back to Clinton, maybe even Reagan. I mean, I could buy that because, like, at the end of the day, like, the unemployment statistics are like whatever you know, numbers they want to massage, right? Like, they may be quote unquote real statistics, but they're made, you know, like the saying, right? Like, the numbers don't lie, but I can make them say what I want them to say. That's kind of like what the issue is here. Like, yeah, sure, maybe they can put out these numbers, and maybe these numbers would be technically correct or whatever. But they're painting a complete or incomplete picture of what actually is happening. They may not conveniently take into account other factors, because at the end of the day, the data is only worth what you input, right? I think it was Michael Hester, garbage in, garbage out, right? So yeah, I think I tend to agree because the government always wants to kind of put forth a good number, especially if your electability is dependent on it, right? So yeah, I could buy that numbers, especially for like labor's unemployment statistics and whatnot, especially numbers like that may reflect poorly on a president. I could see that being heavily massaged with statistics. If only the government would just realize if majority of people could afford to live a prosperous life, they could back doing whatever they want without broke people micromanaging their every move. Yeah, I mean, if we had a government that actually cared and gave us a prosperous life, nobody would be complaining. Like, if the system worked as beautifully as it was billed to us, nobody would be complaining. There's like 5 or 6 different sets of numbers for jobs, and they pick the good ones. Yeah, exactly. The data is heavily manipulated in the sense that they just want to show you the best, right? Like, again, the numbers may not lie, but I can make them say what I want them to say. Reagan did the Walker shock, from which nothing ever recovered. The 70s oil shocks were never recovered from either. I could totally see that. I can totally see that. I can totally see that. All right, folks, it's time for me to get out of here. It's just about a little bit past 7 o'clock. Just restart my camera there. Thank you all for being here. I appreciate all of you guys being here. Thank you for the support. You guys are what makes this channel go. I appreciate it. Thank you, Heat, and thank you, Michael Hassler, for modding the chat. Folks, if you want to support the channel, do all the things. Check out all the links. Check out the merch store. Check out the exclamation mark tip. Join my Discord, Substack. Do all the stuff. And check my show out on this space, 7 p.m. Eastern Time, every Tuesday. That's right, every Tuesday. If you haven't checked out this space, you should. I enjoy blessing you with all my presents. I appreciate that, and likewise. I remember when gas was 80 cents a gallon. Yeah, during Biden years, right? During Obama years, the good times. Thank you, Ladybug. Appreciate it. Thank you, Michael Hassler. Appreciate it. Thank you all for being here. Once again, you guys are what makes this channel go. Spread the word, folks. One of the best ways to support the channel, and you don't even have to do anything, folks. Spend a single cent. It's to spread the word, folks. It takes 5 seconds. Spread the word. Okay, no, it really does help us out. Spread the word. We're here Mondays, Wednesdays, Thursdays, 5 p.m. Eastern Time. And check out this space. It's all the links are in the channel description as well, or rather the video description. So if you're seeing this in a VOD, check it out. 7 p.m. Tuesdays. A cheap gas was Clinton. Yeah. I'm memeing. I think Nadia kind of painted the picture for us when it comes to the oil and gas situation. I remember Carter. Piggy brought to you by The Daily Show. I mean, it's just so shocking, right? Like, to see the President of the United States really say that. Like, just straight up just say that to a reporter. Remembers Alfalfa from the Little Rascals? Are you talking about Alfalfa from the Little Rascals? Because I was around for that. I was not around for Jimmy Carter. Yep. Hey, I remember the Little Rascals. Me too. Donald James is live. We should go say hi and drop a like. True. Hey, support all the folks here. He really is. Absolute psycho. Like, he's a clown, he's disgusting, he's a psycho, and he's dangerous. All at the same time. It's almost amazing. Anyways, folks, I got to get out of here. Thank you all for being here. Again, I truly appreciate it. You guys are what makes this channel go. We'll be back on tomorrow. Technically, you weren't alive for the Little Rascals either. Oh, wait, maybe. I just got to see it in my younger years without saying too much. I remember watching it several times. I watched it a lot. Oh, the movie was a reboot. Oh, my whole childhood's been a lie. My whole childhood's been a lie. Look at that. My childhood has just been destroyed. And here I thought it was the OG. That was a reboot the whole time. I am shocked. I gotta go rethink my whole childhood. See ya! I was today years old. I can't believe this. Oh, it was a TV show. Wow. That I did not know. Yep, my whole childhood's been a lie. Hang tight, folks. We're heading out in 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Bye-bye.